I built an interactive story engine and I want to tell you a story. Everything you're about to see is emergent. I have no idea what's about to happen. In fact, there's a solid chance I just die in the first few minutes. Let's get stuck in. I am Kevin Kev Johnson, apparently on floor 1 entrance shaft base of the gullet. I'm not sure where that is yet. And my stats look like they're pretty much all 0. I have no skills, no talents, no techniques, no titles, and no equipment. I wonder if I'm naked. And the time is unknown. Well, you remember headlights. White, close, then nothing. You're lying on stone. That's the first thing. Cold, wet stone pressing against your cheek, your palms, your knees. Not pavement, not hospital tile. Stone like the floor of a cave. Uneven and sharp in places. Slick with something that might be water. The second thing is the dark. Not dark like a room with the lights off. Dark like the inside of your own skull. Your eyes are open. You think they're open. And there is nothing. No shapes, no edges, no faint glow from a window or a screen or the LED on a smoke detector. Just black, absolute and total, pressing against your face like a hand. The third thing is the sound. Dripping, slow, irregular. And somewhere, you can't tell how far, something is moving. Scritch, scritch, scritch. Small claws on rock. You sit up. Your hands find the ground beneath you. Rough stone, loose gravel, something wet. The air is cold and tastes like iron and earth. Your clothes, you're still wearing them, so I'm not naked. Jeans, sneakers, the hoodie you wore to the restaurant. The look on her face when she said it. The walk home. The rain. The headlights. Your body doesn't hurt the way it should. You remember the impact, or you think you do. But nothing's broken. Nothing's bleeding. You feel weak and stiff like you've been lying here for hours. But you're whole. You're alive. The scritching sound is closer now. So, I have woke up in this cave after being hit by a truck. I can stay still and listen, try and figure out what's moving in the dark before doing anything, call out, see if there's anyone there, feel around on the ground, or stand up and back away. Well, I feel like the sound is not a person. Scritch, scritch is not the sound a person makes. I want to figure out option 2, call out. You think I should call out? I don't know about that. I feel like that might get me killed. But I want to figure out who I am, what happened before this. I mean, I know that this is a fantasy setting, but I don't know where I came from. I think I'm going to feel around on the ground and search for anything I can find useful. I don't know, maybe I can find a rock or something. So the way this works is it's going to take a while to think. 3 seconds, that was pretty fast. Okay. Your fingers spread across the stone, sweeping in slow arcs. Gravel, water, a thin film of it, ice cold, running in some invisible seam between the rocks. More gravel, something soft and wet that you recoil from before realizing it's moss. Or fungus, something that grows down here in the dark. You widen the search, crawling on hands and knees, patting the ground like a blind man, looking for dropped keys. The scritching pauses when you move, then starts again, a little further away. Whatever it is, it heard you. Your fingers close around something hard and angular. Not stone, too regular. You trace its shape, a cylinder, narrow, tapered. Wood? A stick? No, there's a flat metal head at one end. Badly rusted, the edge crumbling under your thumbnail. A hatchet. Okay. Small, old, the handle cracked and the blade pitted with corrosion. Someone dropped this here. Or someone who carried it didn't make it back up. I wonder if there's a corpse in here with me. You keep searching. More nothing. Then your hand brushes something that crunches. Dry, brittle, The wrong shape for rock. You don't need light to know what a ribcage feels like. There is a corpse in here with me. Your brain fills in the image whether you want it to or not. Bones, half buried in gravel, belonging to someone who fell down the same hole you did. You pull your hand back. The hatchet suddenly feels heavier. The scritching is closer again. 2 sources now, one to your left, one somewhere ahead. Small claws, small bodies, moving with the confidence of something that lives here. Okay, so I can try and swing blindly at the sound with my hatchet. I can try and stay still. I can back away slowly, or I can yell and stomp and try to scare them off. Honestly, yell and stomp is sounding like the best bet. If these are like, I don't know, cave rats or something, scare them off. Yeah, okay. I'll scare them off. Yell and stomp. You lurch to your feet, hatchet in one hand, and scream. It's not a war cry, it's not brave, it's the ragged, crackling yell of a guy who just touched a skeleton in the dark and is holding a rusty axe and wants very badly for whatever is out there to go away. You stamp your sneakers on the wet stone, once, twice, 3 times, and the sound echoes strangely, muffled like the cave is swallowing it. The screeching stops. Silence. Just the dripping. Then, all at once, it explodes. Not 2 sources, dozens. A cascade of tiny claws on rock, chittering, high-pitched squealing, the sound of small bodies scrambling over each other. God. They're not running away. They're running toward you. From the left, from ahead, from somewhere behind. The yelling didn't seem to scare them. It told them exactly where you are. Something hits your ankle. Small, warm, fast. Teeth punch through your jeans and into the skin above your sneaker. Oh God. You kick. Instinct, not skill, and your sneaker connects with something furry and dense that squeals and tumbles away. But you can feel them now. The vibration through the stone. A carpet of small bodies converging. Another one hits your calf. Another brushes past your foot. The pain in your ankle is sharp and wet. Blood. Definitely blood. Soaking into your sock. They're rats. Has to be rats. But the one you kicked felt wrong. Too heavy. Too solid. Like kicking a bag of wet sand. Oh man, these are giant rats or something. More and more are coming. You can hear them from every direction in the dark and you can't see a single one. I mean, I can try and run blindly in the dark, but I feel like I've just got to start whacking, right? Yeah, I'm gonna swing the hatchet wildly. You swing. No form, no aim, just the hatchet arcing down in the dark at whatever's biting you. A desperate overhead chop that clips your own knee on the backswing and then connects with something on the ground with a wet crack. So these are the mechanics of how the game works under the hood. There's a whole system. This one is D20 based, but Freedom supports any kind of dice based system you can define. It looks like I did pretty well here. I rolled a 19, so I think I got a hit. The rusted blade catches something solid. You feel the impact travel up your wrist. Bone, definitely bone. And the rat shrieks, a sound like metal scraping glass. It thrashes away from you, dragging itself, still alive. But another one is already on your other leg. Teeth sink into your calf through the denim and you feel skin tear. You scream, a real scream this time, not for show, and kick. And it holds on for a sickening second before ripping free. You're bleeding from both legs now. Your jeans are warm and wet below the knee. The hatchet is slippery in your hand, and in the dark you can hear more of them. Not just 2, not just 5, a pack. Circling, the scritch of claws everywhere. Patient now, taking turns. Your back hits something, a wall. Rough stone, vertical, real. At least nothing's behind you. You're breathing hard. Your heart is hammering so loud you can feel it in your teeth. 3 thoughts. Very clear, very fast. I'm going to die here. I already died once today. I don't want to die again. I mean, what can I do? I'm not gonna throw my hatchet away, use the wall, controlled swings. Okay.
Or I could go ham on the wounded one, or climb the wall. Okay, back to the wall, sweep low. Yeah, we can do this. This will work. I'll roll well, I'm sure I will. You press your shoulders into the stone and drop your weight. Not a crouch, more like a desperate half squat, the wall holding you up, the hatchet out in front at knee height. You sweep it side to side in short, ugly arcs, not swinging for power, just making a wall of rusted metal between you and them. The hatchet clangs off stone. Sparks, maybe. But if there are, you can't see them, and the sweep misses everything alive. But it works. You hear them fringe back, claws skidding, a hiss of frustration. The healthy ones won't commit. They're darting in and pulling back, testing the reach of your arm, bumping the edge of the arc and retreating. You sweep again. Again. The rhythm steadies you. Back to the wall, hatchet low, sweep, sweep. Your forearm is burning. The rusted handle bites into your palm. Somewhere to your left, the wounded one is making a sound. A thin, labored wheezing. It's close, maybe 2 feet away. It tries to crawl past your sweep and stopped. The pack is waiting. You can hear them breathing. A dozen little bellows in the dark. Patient, hungry. They know you can't keep this up forever. Your arm is already shaking. But right now, in this moment, you're alive. The wall is behind you, the hatchet is in your hand, and one of them is wounded and right there. I can kill the wounded one, keep sweeping, or stomp it. I mean, does it matter if I use the hatchet or stomp? Okay, my rusted hatchet over here is +0 and fragile. I feel like I just stomp. Like, it's got to be almost dead, right? Failure, that doesn't look good. The shaft rolled success. I don't know if I'm going to make it out of this. I might get isekai'd and immediately die. That wouldn't surprise me. I mean, if you don't have plot armor, I suppose it's the realistic thing. Oh, I'm dead. Your sneaker comes down on wet stone. Nothing under it. You missed. And the sweep stopped. The second rat hits you like a thrown brick, lunging out of the blackness, slamming into your thigh, jaw locking down with a force that doesn't belong to anything that size. You feel the teeth go through the denim, through the skin, into the muscle, and then the thing twists its head and something tears. Your leg buckles. You hit the ground shoulder first, the hatchet clattering against rock, and the rat is still on you, its weight on your thigh, wet sounds, chewing. Others are coming now, emboldened, claws on stone from everywhere. You're on your back. The dark is above you, and it's enormous. Your leg is a bright scream of pain, and the rest of you is going cold and far away. You can feel blood pooling under your jeans. Warm and fast. Way too fast. The ceiling of your apartment. The glow of the monitor. 62 hours into a raid and nothing to show for it. The way the light felt like the only thing in the room. The wheezing one is right next to your head. You can feel its breath on your ear. Ragged, wet, broken. The one you hit. The one you almost killed. Your fingers are still wrapped around the hatchet. Just let go, something in you whispers. It sounds like your own voice. You already died. This was just extra. Just let go. The rat on your thigh shifts its weight. Teeth find fresh skin. Well, as much as letting go is tempting, I guess I'm not dead yet. Let's bring the hatchet down. Is this going to save me? I see a success. You bring the hatchet down. No technique, no aim, just your arm and gravity and every pathetic ounce of I don't want to die that's left in Kevin Johnson's body. The blade catches the wheezing thing right where its breath is loudest and keeps going. Through fur, through bone, into the stone beneath with a crack that jolts your elbow and splits the rusted head clean off the handle. The rat stops wheezing. And then, light. A pulse of white. Soft and brief, blooming from the broken thing under your hand like a last breath made visible. For 1/2 second, the world exists. Wet stone, dark fur, blood, Your blood everywhere, and the shapes of a dozen other rats frozen mid-step in a circle around you, their eyes white and wet and wide. Then the light is gone and the dark comes back. But something else stays. It moves through you like a current, up through your hand, your wrist, your arm, flooding your chest. Not warmth exactly, not electricity, something deeper. Something that feels like the opposite of the emptiness you've been carrying for weeks. A tiny, barely there fullness, as if a single drop of water fell into a bone-dry well. The pain in your leg doesn't stop. The bleeding doesn't stop. But for one instant you feel more than you did a second ago. More present, more here, more alive than you were even before the truck. The rats saw the light. They're not moving. You can hear them breathing in the dark. Still there, still hungry. But something about what just happened has made them hesitate. The hatchet handle is in your right hand. The blade is somewhere on the ground, separated. Oh, it broke. You are lying in your own blood in a place you don't understand, holding a stick. But you're breathing. And something small and strange and impossible just happened inside you. We just got 1 XP from that. We just killed a rat and we got XP. I don't know how many I need to level up. Okay. All right, let's think. What's next? Find the handle on the floor. There's no way I'm finding the handle on the floor. There's a bunch of rats on the floor. They're going to bite me. Crawl away while they're frozen. The wall is to my back. I could run in the darkness, but I'd probably hit myself. Grab the dead rat as a shield, something to throw. Or play dead. Maybe they'll lose interest. I mean, none of these sound like good options. I'm bleeding out. I have no way to heal myself. Okay, so the way you can pick one of these pre-made options, or you can type your own. And so I don't really want to do any of these. I want to keep whacking with the stick. I want to keep going. Well, that's not good. I think I'm going to die. Oh, man. The stick whistles through the air, through the empty air, and smacks stone. The impact shivers through your fingers. Useless. Pathetic. A man on his back, hitting the floor with a piece of wood. But you keep swinging, grunting, snarling, spitting. Sounds you've never made in your life. Animal sounds, ugly and loud. The stick bangs off the ground, off the wall, clips something that squeals and scrambles back. And then quiet. Not all at once. A peal, like a wave pulling out. The closest rats break first, claws skittering away fast, and the others follow in a chain reaction. 10 seconds of frantic scratching in every direction. Fading, gone. You lie there, breathing, the stick raised over your chest like a sword. They left, not because of the stick. You know that. You can feel the truth of it in some animal part of your brain. They left because of the light. Because the thing they were eating killed one of them and something happened that didn't fit their understanding of the world. You stopped being food and became wrong. The silence settles. Just the dripping. Just your breathing. Ragged. Shallow. Too fast. You're still at the bottom of wherever this is. You're still bleeding. Your left thigh is a throbbing mess of torn denim and torn skin, and you can feel the blood pooling under you, warm against the cold stone, spreading slowly. You're alive. The rats are gone, and something very small inside you is different than it was 5 minutes ago. Now you need to not bleed to death in the dark. Okay, yeah. Tie off the leg wound. Yeah, rip a sleeve off my hoodie, slow the breathing. I'm at 0 HP. I'm guessing one more hit is going to kill me. If one of those rats decides to come back, that's not good for me. I will tie off that leg wound. You pull the hoodie over your head, harder than it should be. Your arms shaking, your fingers clumsy and slick, and twist it into a rope. Working blind, you feel for the wound on your thigh. Your fingers find the tear in the jeans first, then the tear in you. A ragged flap of skin, warm and wet, the edges pulsing. Oh, God. You flinch away from your own body. You wrap the hoodie sleeve around your thigh twice, 3 times, Pull it tight with your teeth and one hand. The pain spikes, white hot, stomach turning, and then settles into a deep, constant throb. The spreading warmth underneath you slows. It's not good. You have no idea if it's enough, but the bleeding has gone from a pour to a seep, and you didn't pass out while doing it, and both of those things feel like victories. You're sitting against the wall now in a t-shirt, shivering. The cave air is cold against your bare arms. The dripping continues somewhere to your right, close, maybe 20 feet. The dark is absolute. Tick, tick, tick. Not dripping, something else. Small, sharp, rhythmic, like a fingernail tapping glass. Coming from somewhere above you and to the left. Not rats. Wrong sound. Wrong rhythm. It stops. Starts again. Closer. Oh dear. Oh God, what the hell is that? What? Oh, all right. What could that be? Tick, tick, tick. Is it using some kind of echolocation, maybe? Is it something like tapping to hear in the dark? Crawl away. Okay. Yeah, I mean, whatever it is, I'm not going to survive one more hit. Okay, let's crawl towards the dripping water quietly. I need some light. I need to see. I need to use my eyes. You lower yourself to the stone, slow, keeping your weight on your palms and your good knee. The bad leg drags behind you. Every shift sends a sick pulse up through your hip. You grit your teeth and swallow the sound. The dripping is to your right. You crawl toward it, inch by inch, feeling ahead with one hand. Stone, gravel, wet moss. The floor slopes gently downward. The air gets colder, damper. The dripping gets louder. Behind you, the ticking follows. It's following me. Not fast, not rushing, just keeping pace. Tick, tick, tick. The sound of something that knows exactly where you are and isn't in a hurry. Your hands find the edge of something. A shallow groove in the stone where water's running, maybe an inch deep, ice cold. You follow it. The groove widens into a trickle, then a thin stream cutting across the cave floor. You lower your face to it and drink. The water tastes like minerals, and cold, and nothing has ever tasted so good. It's real. You're real. This is happening. The ticking stops. You hold still, water dripping from your chin, listening so hard your ears ache. Something lands on the stone 3 feet to your left. A light sound, precise, delicate, like a coin dropped on a countertop. Then another, then 2 more in quick succession. Legs. Lots of legs. Oh, God. A faint, acrid smell reaches you, chemical, like vinegar and copper. The thing is between you and the wall now, close enough that you can hear it breathing. If that's what you're doing. A thin, reedy whistle through something that isn't a mouth. It hasn't attacked. It's waiting. Is this a giant spider? Am I gonna get eaten by a giant spider? Okay. I could attack it. I'm at 0 HP. I'm level 0 with all 0 stats, and I have a wooden stick. On the other hand, I feel like if I roll into the stream, I'm just going to bleed to death in the water. Neither of these are good options. But, I mean, I gotta go for it, right? I gotta lunge with the stick. Come on. I don't want to die. Success! Okay. We're still in the game, I think. You throw yourself sideways off your good knee, both hands on the stick, driving it at the sound like a spear. The broken end punches through something that crunches. Not bone, harder, thinner, like stepping on a light bulb. The stick drives through and hits the stone beneath, and you feel the thing convulse around the shaft, legs scrabbling against wood. A burst of that vinegar copper smell so strong it makes your eyes water. And then another flash, smaller this time, barely a candle flicker, gone in an eye blink, but enough. You see it. Pale, segmented, as long as your arm. Dozens of legs still twitching around the stick you've driven through its midsection. A centipede, not like any centipede you've ever seen. White as bone, with mandibles that glisten dark and wet, pinned to the cave floor like a butterfly on a card. I guess if it lives in pitch black, plain white as bone makes sense. Everything down here is probably white. Like, right, well, you don't need pigment. The light dies, the legs stop, the chemical smell lingers. No rush this time. The thing was too small. You feel nothing from it, no warmth, no fullness, just a dead bug on a stick. But the light was there, brief, faint, real. Killing things makes light, yeah. You pull the stick free. The broken end is wet and sticky. You're shaking from cold, from bloodlust, from adrenaline, from the simple fact that you just killed something by feel in the dark at the exact moment it was about to kill you. The stream trickles past your knees. The dripping continues. Nothing else ticks. For the first time since you woke up, the dark around you is empty. Just you, the water, the cold, and a small and savage pride that has no business being here but won't leave. Yeah, that's right, I just killed a bug. Okay, where from here? Drink, rest, take stock. Yeah, I'm not doing too well. I am bleeding out. I bandaged the wound, didn't I? I bandaged the wound. It was still bleeding. I'm on 0 HP. If I just stay where I am, what am I waiting for? I'm in a pitch black cave. Nothing's coming here. Okay. I could follow the stream. Yeah, water flows downhill. Go deeper into the cave. Search the area by touch. Yeah. I think that's sounding like the best. Oh, and tear the centipede apart. So I want to find anything I can in the room, and then, I mean, yeah, those mandibles might be useful. I want to do both. So I want to search the area by touch and also take the mandibles. Let's start getting some of that. Start getting some inventory, shall we? You start with the centipede. It takes a minute of blind fumbling. The body is slick, segmented, deeply unpleasant to handle before you find the head. The mandibles are curved, each one about the length of your index finger, tapering to a point. Though that definitely would have killed me. You brace the head against the stone and twist until one snaps free. They're hard, sharp, and slightly serrated along the inner edge. The tips are still wet with venom. This sounds very useful. You tuck them carefully into your jeans pocket, points down. Improvised knives, or at least improvised somethings. Then, you crawl back towards where you woke up, keeping one hand on the wall, sweeping the ground ahead with the stick. The skeleton isn't hard to find. Your fingers recognize the rib cage, and this time you don't flinch. You make yourself slow down. Think. Feel. The bones are old and dry. Whoever this was, they've been down here a long time. You work your way outward from the ribs, patting the ground in widening circles. A belt. Leather, cracked and stiff, with a metal buckle that's mostly intact. Something attached to it. A pouch. Small, the drawstring rotted through. Inside, a handful of hard, round objects. Coins? Stones? You can't tell. You pocket them. More searching. Your fingers close around the hatchet blade. Rusted, chipped, but the edge still has enough bite to scratch your thumb. No handle, but it's a wedge of metal. You can grip it by the flat if you're careful. I wonder if I can put it back together. Past the skeleton, further out, nothing. Just gravel and stone and the faint sound of dripping. Whoever fell here brought very little, and the cave has eaten most of it. Does that mean, is there anything up? You drag yourself back to the stream and drink again. The water is so cold it makes your teeth ache. You press your back against the wall, legs stretched in front of you, the stick across your lap and your pockets full of dead man's things. Inventory: a broken handle, a blade with no handle, 2 venomous centipede fangs, a belt, and a pouch of mystery objects. The loadout of someone losing a game they don't understand. Your thigh throbs, your ankle throbs, you're shivering, the dark is still absolute, but the rats haven't come back. Nothing is ticking. The stream is clean and cold and right there, and somewhere in the back of your mind, beneath the pain and the fear and the absurdity, a thought is forming that you don't quite have words for yet. The things I kill glow when they die, and the first time it happened, I felt something. Yes, that's important. That's me getting XP right. 1 second. So first of all, this info dashboard on the right isn't updating. It usually does, but the dashboard isn't updating. Please fix. The GM should keep the dashboard it should keep it up to date, but occasionally it does forget. So here we're, it wasn't showing the inventory, only the things we have equipped. Okay, so it was all getting tracked, but it wasn't displayed in the dashboard. But okay, so now we have our inventory. A rusted hatchet blade, handleless, cracked leather belt, small pouch with unknown hard objects, and a hoodie, torn, used as thigh bandage. Time unknown, yes. Okay, let's see. The Gullet, and up here too, is, I'm guessing, the name of the cave we're in. Okay. I can rest here, but I was just attacked by a swarm of rats and then a centipede. Like, there's no way I can go to sleep here, right? Examine the pouch objects. They're coins, or maybe like bullets or something? Reattach the blade. I think that's the best. Okay, so we've got a few things here. We'll wait till we have some light to examine the pouch objects. That's fine. Try to reattach the blade and follow the stream deeper. Move cautiously and feel around as I move with the hatchet. Yeah, that's right. It's the ugliest hatchet in any world. You'd be embarrassed to equip it in a game. Down here, in the dark, it feels like Excalibur. I love that. You stand. It takes 2 tries and the wall does most of the work. Your left leg accepts weight but complains about it. A deep, hot ache that pulses with every heartbeat. The hoodie tourniquet, I'm going to say tourniquet, is stiff with dried blood. You can walk. Barely. You follow the stream. One hand on the wall, the hatchet in the other, held low, sweeping the air in front of you in slow arcs. Your sneakers splash through the shallow water. The floor slopes gently but steadily downward, deeper. You count steps because it's the only way to measure anything. At 50, the ceiling gets lower. You feel it brush your hair, then your forehead, and you duck into a crouch that makes your thigh scream. The passage narrows. The stream fills more of the floor. Your jeans are soaked to the knee. At 100 steps, the ceiling lifts again and the air changes. Warmer. A faint current against your face, carrying a smell that isn't stone or water. Something organic, earthy like a greenhouse. The stream widens beneath your feet, splitting into channels around smooth rocks. At 140, your hatchet swing connects with nothing but your foot and finds an edge. You freeze, toes hanging over empty space. Gravel crumbles and falls, and you listen for the impact. Tock, 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 tock. A long way down. Not the main shaft, something smaller, a side drop, but deep enough that you can't hear the bottom clearly. The stream pours over the lip in a thin waterfall, vanishing into the dark below. The path forks here, you can feel it. The wall splits into 2 passages. One follows the edge of the drop, curving left. The other branches right, away from the water into still, dry air. From the left passage, the faint sound of moving water, echoing up from below, and something else, irregular, distant. It could be wind, it could be breathing. From the right passage, silence. Dry stone. Nothing. What do I do? So it's split into 2 passages. On the left, there's water. The river, or whatever this underground stream thing is, follows around to the left, and I can hear something alive, breathing or something down there. And on the right, there's no stream and no sound. Or there's down the shaft. There's also down the shaft. Oh, I suppose down the shaft is the same as go left, right? Left is just a passage that isn't quite as steep. All right, that makes sense. So, do I want to follow the water or do I want to try the dry cave? I feel like leaving the water is a bad idea, right? Like, I'm going to get thirsty and hungry very soon. Okay, let's follow the water. That's a good idea. Let's do that. I don't know what was the D20 for. Navigating the ledge path in total darkness at 0 HP. Dex check. I'm gonna slip and fall, aren't I? You edge along the left passage, one hand on the wall, the other gripping the hatchet. The path follows the lip of the drop. You can feel the emptiness to your right, the air cooler there, the sound of falling water rising from below. The stone underfoot is wet, angled slightly towards the edge. Your bad leg gives out. Oh no. Not slowly, not a stumble you can catch. The thigh just stops working mid-step. The muscle quits, the knee buckles, and your weight shifts sideways towards the drop. Your hand tears off the wall, fingernails scraping stone, and you're sliding on wet rock, feet first, the edge rushing up. Your elbow catches a ridge, the body swings, legs dangling over nothing. The waterfall spraying your ankles. The hatchet clatters out of your grip and you hear it bounce, tink, 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 down the shaft wall, getting quieter, gone. Crap. You hang there, one arm hooked over a lip of stone barely wider than your fist, your full weight on a joint that is already screaming. Your feet kick open air, water runs over your forearm. Don't look down, you think, and almost laugh, because there's nothing to see in any direction. Your other hand finds the edge. You pull, your shoulders shake, your fingers slip on wet stone. Catch again. You get one elbow over, then the other, then your chest, and you drag yourself back onto the ledge like a landed fish, gasping face down in a 1/4 inch of water. The hatchet is gone. Somewhere at the bottom of that drop. In pieces, probably. You still have the mandibles in your pockets. You still have the pouch. You still have your life, for whatever it's worth, which right now feels like a question without an answer. You lie there, breathing, cheek against wet stone. The passage continues ahead. You can feel the air moving past you, carrying that greenhouse smell, stronger now. And the sound you thought might be breathing is clearer from here. It's not breathing. It's humming. Low, tuneless, absent-minded, the way someone hums when they're working and they've forgotten anyone else exists. Someone is down here. Oh man, someone's down here. Oh man, okay. Do I want to call out to them? Surely they heard me drop the hatchet. Surely they heard my scream when I fell. I may as well call out to them. What do I say? Just like, hey, it's dark and I'm dying. Okay. Hey, it's dark and I'm dying. I mean, what else are you gonna say? I mean, help, I guess. Yeah, that would have been a good one. The humming stops. A beat of silence, then a voice. Female, sharp, clipped, speaking words you don't understand. The language... Oh, of course, I don't speak the language here, yeah. The language is all consonants and glottal stops, like someone cracking stones with their tongue. It sounds irritated. Then, after a pause, the same voice again. This time in something you can understand, though the accent is strange, the vowels flattened. You are not from the expedition. Not a question, a statement, delivered from somewhere ahead and above you, maybe 10 meters, maybe on a ledge. You hear a faint sound of metal, something being drawn or adjusted. How many of you? The voice is careful, controlled, not afraid. not friendly. The tone of someone doing math about whether you're a threat or a problem. How many of me? Oh, yeah. Just me. I'm alone, the truth's simple, yeah. I'm Darkblade 9000. I guess that's like my username, my gamer tag. Please help me. Skip the questions. Who are you? Do I want to introduce myself? If I do want to introduce myself, do I want to introduce myself by my real name or my gamer tag? Okay. I'm basically at this person's mercy. I am dying. I have nothing. I'm hungry, and I guess water isn't a problem. I have all the water I could ask for. But I'm basically at this person's mercy. I'm just going to say, please help me. Silence. Long enough that you think she's left. Then, light. Finally. A click, a spark, and a flame catches inside a small metal lantern. It's turned down low, barely an ember behind smudged glass. But after hours, in absolute darkness, it might as well be the sun. Your eyes flood with tears and you squeeze them shut, then force them open, blinking, desperate to see. Shapes resolve. A cave passage, narrow, wet, the ceiling low and glistening. The stream cutting the channel through the floor. And crouched on a ledge above you, lantern in one hand, the other resting on the hilt of a short curved sword. A woman. Grey skin, white hair, cropped close to her skull. Eyes that catch the lantern light and throw it back like a cat's. Pale amber, narrowed, evaluating. She's lean and angular, dressed in dark leather that's been patched and restitched so many times it looks like a quilt. 2 blades on her hips, a coil of rope over one shoulder. She's looking at you the way you'd look at a dead animal on the road and wonder if it was worth pulling over. Kel drops down from the ledge, silent, easy, one hand on the wall, and lands in the stream. She crosses to you in 3 steps and crouches, holding the lantern close to your face. You get a blast of warm light and the smell of oil and metal and someone who hasn't bathed in a while. Her eyes had moved down. Your jeans, soaked black-red, the honey tourniquet on your thigh, stiff and dark, the bite wounds on your ankle and calf, the centipede mandibles jutting from your pocket, the blood under your fingernails. Her expression doesn't change. She sets the lantern on the stone between you and opens a pouch on her bed, pulling out a roll of cloth bandages. What are you? Not who, what? She's wrapping around your thigh before you can answer. Quick, efficient, pulling the hoodie off and replacing it with a proper binding. Her hands are calloused and sure, and she does not care that it hurts. Yeah, what do you even answer to that? I like these suggestions. I'm Kevin. I'm a person. I'm Darkblade 9000. I don't know. What are you? Well, wait a minute. Who am I? Okay, Darkblade 9000, Kevin Johnson, Kev. Okay, stop and think. Who am I? What is Darkblade 9000? My gamer tag? Do I have any other questions I want to think about? What was I doing before I was here? She's waiting. Her hands don't stop. The bandage wraps tighter, and not pulled firm with her teeth. But her eyes stay on your face, patient the way a predator is patient. You open your mouth. Close it. Who am I? Okay. Kevin Johnson. 26, apartment 4B, Millbrook Heights, the one with the leak in the bathroom ceiling. You remember that? You remember the smell of the carpet, the hum of the PC tower, the blue glow at 3 a.m., Darkblade 9000. A name you typed into a character creation screen 4 years ago because Darkblade was taken, and so were Darkblade 1 through Darkblade 8999. You remember the guild chat, the raid schedules, the DPS rankings where you hovered at a permanent, mediocre middle. You remember how it felt to log in, the relief of it, like sinking into warm water, how the hours disappeared, How the real world got quieter and the screen got louder until you couldn't always tell which one you were supposed to care about. Your mom's voice on the phone. Kevin, we haven't heard from you in... The notification sound cutting her off. The raid was starting. You'd call back later. You always said you'd call back later. The funeral. Oh no. Both of them. The same day. A car accident, the lawyer said. You wore a suit that didn't fit. Nobody from the guild came. Nobody from anywhere came. You stood in a room full of your parents' friends who'd looked at you like they were trying to remember your name. My parents are dead? The job. Data entry. The email from HR. Position eliminated. The girlfriend. Amy. Across the table at the restaurant, picking at her salad, not meeting your eyes. I just can't do this anymore, Kev. You're not here. You're never here. The rain, the sidewalk, the headlights, very white, very close. A sound like the whole world crunching, then nothing. Then this. The grey woman is watching you, the lantern flickers. Water runs over stone. Take your time, she says, and doesn't sound kind. It sounds like she's seen shock before and knows there's no rushing it. You look at her, this impossible person with grey skin and cat eyes in a cave that shouldn't exist, wrapping your leg with hands that belong to someone who has done this 100 times. You know exactly who you are. Kevin Johnson, a guy who peaked at nothing, lost everything, and got hit by a truck. Darkblade 9000 feels very far away. I'm a gamer I'm like a World of Warcraft gamer whose parents died, then he lost his job, then his girlfriend broke up with him, then he got hit by a truck. Okay. I mean, in comparison to that, the current situation doesn't feel quite so bad. I think this is a good place to leave it. I have 1 XP, all stats are 0. We lost the hatchet. We have 2 centipede mandibles, though, you know. We have 2 centipede mandibles and a small pouch full of unknown hard objects. Oh, I think we're moving up in the world. Thank you for watching. I'd really like to continue this again. This was a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to continuing this campaign. All right. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.